Hey guys, Trevor with Shadow Systems. It's Technical Tuesday. Let's talk today about our slides. All right, so we have three guns on the table that represent the different variations that you can find across the whole product line. So I'm going to show you examples of each type, but then you can kind of extrapolate that same general design is available on different models. All right, so we're going to start kind of at the most basic format for one of our slides. This gun happens to be a CR920. Okay, but this same slide style is also available on the MR. This is our combat slide. What distinguishes it? Well, all of our slides have kind of the same basic feature set. So you're going to find a thin front profile. You're going to find front and rear serrations. You're going to find a beveled serration where it's extremely smooth coming out of a holster, but very not sharp, but you get really good purchase going back the other way, the direction you would need it. They all kind of have the same general profile. You knock the corners off the back so they don't dig into you if you're carrying IWB. And then I should also add that the internals are all the same. So the same frames, same triggers, same small parts, but the slide designs are what kind of differentiate the different models and the different price levels. So like I said, this is the combat. So this is the base model. And this is on a CR920 subcompact pistol. This one on the subcompact would start at $679 for the complete gun. It would be $799 for an MR, okay? The most distinguishing thing about the combat is it doesn't have an optic cut. So if the optics thing isn't for you, that's fine. You can just buy the base model that doesn't feature it. Again, though, that's only for the CRs and the MRs. The full-size gun, the DR, and the XR, they only feature optic cuts, and we'll get to that in a minute, all right? So base model, the combat slide. All right, moving up. So this one happens to be an MR920, and this one has the combat optic slide. So think of it as being the combat slide that you just saw with the addition of an optic cut, okay? Now this is our patent pending, patented now, issued patent optic cut design, which essentially allows you to mount kind of a majority of the hard use optics on the market as low as possible without little spacers or miniature screws or whatever. It's a pretty unique design. And it's actually been a big part of our success in the market because it's fairly indestructible. But anyway, this is the combat optic version, this one on an MR920. So the combat optic style of slide is available across the whole product line. So you have the CRs, the MRs, the XRs, and the DRs that all have this style of slide available. As far as price goes, at the counter, you're probably around like $870 or something like that, okay? All right, combat optic slide. Again, you have the beveled serrations, so they're really smooth going this way. They're really sharp going that way. We also knock the corners off of the slide, so it's a lot easier and safer to reholster. I'm sure you know that a lot of negligent discharges occur when people are trying to reholster, especially in a collapsed little IWB holster. So this is a nice little feature. And then they're just beautifully machined, really well executed slides. And for the black ones, we use a black nitride, by the way, so super hard. They're very wear resistant. All right, then the premium slide is the is the Elite slide, in this case on an XR920. Okay, so the Elite slide features kind of everything you saw a moment ago with the addition of some window cuts on the sides and top serrations, and then there's a little more cosmetic machining on the sides of the slide. Okay, so this one, is, again, top of the line. The Elite versions are far and away our best-selling models. So yes, they are the most expensive at about like $980-ish, $990-ish, okay? But the reality is what you're getting in the gun makes that a pretty high value price point. So these tend to be the ones that actually sell the best. The barrels are, of course, spiral fluted in the guns, and that's actually visible through the window cut, which is kind of cool. A lot of people think the Elite slides are the flattest shooting. The recoil impulse tends to come straight back toward the shooter, and especially with the longer slide versions like the MR920L or the DR920, they tend to just be really soft, really nice. They track really well from target to target. By the way, two of the guns today have the blacked out hollow sun. This is Shadow Systems' kind of special blacked out hollow sun that's only available through us. And this is the 507C with just, again, the subdued logo. So it's just a little less, the logos just aren't as prominent. We try to be fairly subdued in our design, okay? All right, so that's an overview. This gun, again, top of the line. The Elite slide is available on the DRs, MRs, across the whole product line, really. All right? Okay, so last little bit of review. Combat slide is the basic model, doesn't have an optic cut. Combat Optic slide is that same base model, but now with an optic cut. And the Elite slide features all the bells and whistles. In terms of just the shootability, they're all going to be great. You might find that the recoil impulse on the heavier Combat Optic or Combat slides a little more of a push, whereas you may find, if you like a faster, snappier recovery, that the Elite slide runs a little better for you. All right, so there's an overview. Let us know if you have questions, and we'll see you guys next time.